A Winchester man is now in police custody after a killing that police now believe was a case of domestic violence. We break down the arrest warrant coming up. Plus, police are now investigating the family of a 3-year-old girl hit and killed by a car in Manchester this week. Why neighbors in the area say they're now looking for answers. And fans are flocking to the stadium ahead of Team USA's first match tonight. We'll show you how people in Hartford are gearing up for the game against Paraguay. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Annette Montgomery. Now we'll get to those stories in just a bit, but first tonight we are tracking the chance for some more severe weather. So let's get right over to meteorologist Sam Sampiri, who joins us with the latest. Sam.
Well, that's right, Annette. We do have a heavy cell that's moving through Litchfield County now. The live Doppler radar is showing this cell has sort of gotten together. But the good news is there's nothing severe with it. It's just moving into Litchfield proper, zooming in a little bit, going down through Torrington into the Litchfield area for 202 Bantam. Another area, another cluster starting to move into northwestern Litchfield County. I mean, up into Canaan and Sharon, up towards Salisbury. About 66 lightning strikes in the last half hour. Basically, most of this confined up here to the north and west of the Hartford area. Of course, you look out the window and you see some pretty big clouds just to the west. So again, this system is moving in, and it may hold together enough to have a couple of heavy downpours, some lightning strikes, vivid lightning, and also, I should say, a few lightning strikes. I wouldn't call it vivid lightning. The big strong to severe stuff is down off to the south. But again, one of these cells could become strong to severe. That's why the severe thunderstorm watch and western Connecticut, damaging winds and even some hail up to 1 inch, but that's more isolated, and that may be further to our west. Right now, we have some heat built up here. We got up to 94 winds locks, down to 90. Notice northwestern Connecticut, where we had cooled with some cool air from the rain, but we're not past the front yet. Winds are still starting to pick up a little bit, and temperatures overnight will bottom out. And tomorrow's a beautiful pool day, warm with high temperatures mid to upper 80s and a nice northwest wind. Coming up, I'll detail more of the weekend. We'll talk about the next chance for storms and what you can expect next week. And that.
World Cup energy is taking over Hartford with Team USA hitting the field later tonight. And right now, fans are already gearing up as a big watch party is set to take place tonight on Pratt Street. And that's where we find Fox 61's Priscilla Meza live with how you can join in on the action. Priscilla, how's it out there right now?
Well, Annette, you know I'm not a huge sports girly, but you don't have to be a die-hard soccer fan to feel the energy out here right now on Pratt Street. As you can see, I'm going to take you down here a little bit. Preparations are still underway, so this is not what you're going to be walking into. Things are still getting set up, but this is already looking like a high-energy place that you want to be at for sure. I'm going to stop walking backwards now, but take a look. This is the American Outlaws Hartford chapter here. They are responsible for setting up this event here for the U.S. match tonight. And this is, you can hear obviously the music in the background. There's food, atmosphere, and everything that you're going to want to have in a match tonight and in a watch party tonight. So definitely come out here. Just a reminder, they did ask me to let people know not to bring any chairs. There will be chairs out here. Let me turn this way. There is going to be that screen over there is where we're going to be watching that match tonight. So don't need to bring out chairs out here, and the game is going to start at 9, but you can still come out here right now. It is very lively. There's still stuff going on, plenty to do before the game starts. If you just wanted to come out here and enjoy and, you know, be with other soccer fans in the area. I did speak with the American Outlaws vice president, who said that if it does start to rain a bit, we can just pivot and everybody can go into some of the businesses who have TVs, and no problem to watch the game there. But for now, live in Hartford, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
Should be a great turnout. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Well, don't forget, you can continue to stream the latest weather on the Fox 61 app. There you can find a live radar and stay up to date when severe weather happens. Well, now to a major development in the heartbreaking homicide we told you about this week in Winstead. Police have now arrested Leon Stetson and charged him with murdering Carrie Stetson in her house on Monday. The chief medical examiner's office tells us Carrie died as a result of injuries related to a stabbing. Fox 61 Celine Arif shares the latest.
State police say he's also facing home invasion and violation of a protection order charges. They put Leon under arrest at Hartford Hospital, where he's being treated for trying to end his own life after allegedly taking Carrie's. While Carrie was pronounced dead at the scene, officers found Leon with a 4-inch cut on his neck. On Tuesday, the hospital called police to let them know Leon was alert and writing a confession on a piece of paper since he can't speak due to his injury. He was questioned by officers who had him write his responses down, which are now placed in evidence. On Friday, he appeared in virtual court for an appearance, and a judge set his bail at $3 million. We'll keep you posted as we learn more. In studio, Celine Arif, Fox 61.
The Office of Early Childhood has launched an investigation into the High Meadows Resort 2 days after an 8th grade student died after suffering a medical emergency in a pool. It happened at the resort during a school field trip. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Granby with more on the investigation and some reaction from the community.
High Meadow Resort is an Office of Early Childhood licensed youth camp through late June to mid-August. Outside of those months, the OEC says the resort rents its facilities out to schools and private groups. Some people I spoke with say after this incident, they're not sure they want to bring their children or grandchildren there.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be comfortable sending my kids there.
A grandparent who wanted to remain off camera says her grandchildren are supposed to go to High Meadow Resort later this summer, but now she's not so sure.
I would be concerned as to what it was like during regular camp season, or definitely not during school trips.
Wednesday, Granby police said they received a report about a drowning incident just before 2:30 in the afternoon. A boy was pulled from the pool unresponsive. Police say a Simsbury police officer was in the area at the time and began treating the boy. He was taken to Connecticut Children's Medical Center, where he later died. Granby police identified the child as 14-year-old Amari Marshall Woodard. Police say he was an 8th grader in the Springfield School District. Natasha Bratzlavsky says this incident hits home for so many people.
It's very, very sad because I have 2 grandkids and the 2 boys too. They like to swim.
She says this incident should be a reminder to everyone to pay extra attention to children in water.
Just be careful and pay attention.
The OEC says it's now investigating the circumstances surrounding the incident to determine if any required changes would affect the operation of the High Meadow Summer Camp. In Granby, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Nearly a dozen people were shot and at least one of them died after a mass shooting today in Midland, Texas. Police said the shooter was 45-year-old Victor Mata Villarreal, whom they were already looking for because they said he had shot at a police officer days earlier. When officers got to the scene of today's shooting, they said Villarreal was shooting at officers and bystanders. They said he then barricaded himself inside an abandoned vet clinic, which led to an hours-long standoff. Police say when it ended, Villarreal shot and killed himself. Well, a day after President Donald Trump once again claimed the war with Iran is over, he criticized leaders there and claimed that some of them spread false terms of an agreement to state media. Take a look.
President Donald Trump on social media Friday calling out Iran for what he described as inaccurate descriptions of a proposal to end the war. Very dishonorable people to deal with, the president wrote. With them, there is no such thing as dealing in good faith. Iran's foreign minister, meanwhile, said on social media, a deal has never been closer and all details will be shared with the public in due course. On Thursday night, President Trump said during a political event that the war had ended.
I don't know if you heard, but we ended the war with Iran today, and they have agreed never to have a nuclear weapon, something that we insisted on.
A senior Trump administration official said Iran had agreed to dismantle its nuclear program and destroy and remove nuclear material. The official said the Strait of Hormuz would reopen and Iran would end proxy support of terrorist groups. Iran's foreign minister Friday cautioned against speculation about the details of the agreement. While President Trump has made a number of previous claims of an imminent deal, experts say this may be different.
But the fact that they have gotten so far that he's willing to go out on this type of a limb and say that they're this close, I think means that they are indeed quite close.
A signing ceremony for a memo of understanding would most likely be held in Geneva, Switzerland, sources say, not far from where Trump and the U.S. delegation will attend a G7 summit next week in France. In Washington, Karen Katha, Fox 61.
The Federal Aviation Administration said an investigation has been launched after a laser was shined into the cockpit of a Delta flight as it flew over Connecticut. The FAA said the flight crew reported seeing a green laser around 9:15 p.m. last night as it was flying over Norwich. Now, we are told that flight did land safely. It's not clear where that laser came from, but officials said it poses a serious safety threat and is a federal crime. The administration said they notified local authorities who will now investigate what happened. Well, students and staff were evacuated from Bear Path Elementary School in Hampden today after officials say police received a swatting call. Officials tell us police officers from Hampden and New Haven were called to the school this morning. Now, an all clear was given to go back into the building around 10:45 a.m. In a statement, the superintendent for Hampden Public Schools said the threat was confirmed to be fake and thanked police for their quick response.